Hey guys, it's Dragoon here from Game Wars and welcome to Rate My Team, a small series that I'm going to try and endeavour to do, not much on a regular basis, but time to time, just due to the fact that now we've kind of sorted out all the, what's going on with people and not really staff, but members of the group and such. I'm now starting to branch out as we have asked you during the break what you would like to see from us, and a lot of came up with reviews and top 10s, so I thought in a review style fashion that I would do my best to create a competitive Pokemon team. Now, to my right, hopefully in this general area there will be pictures and statistics and other important pieces of information that you need to know about this team. So, I have my handy Crisco notebook here, which I used to write karate things in for like 2 days or 2 lessons, but now we're using it for Pokemon. So, let's get started. For this first team, I need to specify something. This is not the first competitive team that I have personally made, but it's definitely one of the more strategic, so I thought this would be a good branching out path to use. So, we're going to start off with the list. For this team, you are going to need the following: 1 Prankster, 1 Rapid Spinner, and in this small grouping, you will have 2 Special Attackers, which will be in a select group called your Special Attacking Units, and then you'll have 2 Physical Attacking Units. So the idea of this team is to have some entry hazard blockers and to have some mind games play in, as well as that having two physical and special attackers to be able to switch and match with. So to start off, we're going to go with our Prankster, Whimsicott. Now, Whimsicott is a very good Prankster. And if you do watch something called the National Dex, you'll know that Whimsicott is a favourite used by Pokekells who uses it. So, on your Whimsicott, you'll need the items Leftover, and obviously you'll need the move Prankster, which allows non-damaging moves to go first. Very helpful with this setup. In your moves, you'll need Encore, Substitute, Stun Spore, and Leech Seed. And you want your stats divided in HP, Defense, and the Leftovers in Speed, and with a nature of Bold. Now, the strategy for Whimsicott is simple. Really mess with your opponent's head. So allow me to explain in a little bit more detail. The idea of the Prankster role of Whimsicott is to do the following: combat certain starters in your opponent's team. So, first off, if you're facing a weather team, the idea of that is to use Encore on the second turn. First turn to either put in a Paralysis, a Leech Seed, or a Substitute, and then from there use Encore. This will make them use Encore again for the next few turns. From there, this will allow you to either set up your Substitutes, set up your Paralysis, or set up your Leech Seed. With the combination of Leftovers and the higher defense of this Whimsicott, this will allow you to stay further in the game and also really mess with your opponent's head. Please note that there are weaknesses which I will try to deliver. One of the major weaknesses that can be found with the Whimsicott is the fact that there is no attacking moves. So if you are taunted by either Sableye or other taunt users, you are going to be stuck in a loop of struggle, because you will not be able to physically attack your opponent. Therefore, having your Whimsicott slowly whittled down, pretty much destroyed. Also, do remember this: you could really mess up mind games using Whimsicott, due to the fact that you're trying to think ahead of your opponent. You may use a move that you shouldn't have used straight away. You may be leaving it out. The main problem of this is using Encore. You may feel like, oh yes, I'll use Encore straight away, but then you'll just get a whole bunch of bullet punches and or flamethrowers just smacked in your face. So next up, we have our Rapid Spinner, Avalugg. Now, for this Avalugg, you're going to want the following things. For an item, you're going to want Leftovers, and the ability Sturdy. Moves should include Rapid Spin, Recover, Avalanche, and Earthquake. stats and EVs, you're going to want 248 in HP, 8 in defense, and 262 in special defense to balance it out. You'll want it as a careful nature. Now, the strategy for Avalugg is as follows. The idea is that he can use his already great defense of 189, and then with the bolstered special defense, stay in the game for a decent amount of time, allowing you to either crack on some earthquakes and some stab avalanches, which will become more powerful if you get hit first. And due to Avalugg's slow speed, this will allow you to take those, and with the defense in tow, it'll allow you to take those hits and then dish them out again. Also, another thing to mention is that with the rapid spin, it's also a good idea to take him up against common rapids, not common rapid spinners, but common spike users such as Skarmory, Fortress, and Ferrothorn. These are some of the main ones you want to look out for. They may not come in early in the game, but you do have that problem. Also, with Recover, this will give you stayability. It will let you stay in the game for just that little bit more longer, recovering 50% of health that you have lost. One of the major problems of using Avalugg is his ice weakness. There are usually quite a decent amount of commonly used Pokemon that that pretty much use super effective damage to Avalugg. So it's a very important thing that you watch out. But also know that since he only has one type, he's only got those 3 weaknesses, and he's got some pretty good resistances as well. Now, for the special attackers, with these double groups, I will be talking about 2 Pokemon at the same time, due to the fact that the construction and use of these Pokemon are one and the same. So, for our special attackers, and for a little bit of extra mind games, we have Ampharos and Lucario. So, the idea for Lucario and for Ampharos is as follows. You can choose either or to use as your Mega, as both of them will get increased special attack when you use them. So, for Lucario, have him hold a Life Orb, then from there have his ability Steadfast, where if he flinches, his speed stat will go up 1 stage. From there, have the moves Nasty Plot, Aura Sphere, Flash Cannon, and Dark Pulse. For stats, have your special attack at 252, your speed at 252, and your special defense at 4. Have his nature be Timid, and the same goes for Ampharos, except with some different moves. For Ampharos, have the item Ampharosite so he can Mega Evolve. From there, have him have the ability Static. Then from there, give him the moves Agility, Thunderbolt, Dragon Pulse, and Focus Blast. In stats and EVs, they are pretty much the same in some places. In special attack, 252. In speed, 224. And in HP, 32. He have his nature also be Timid. And they similarly use the same strategy. Pop out that starting move of either Nasty Plot or Agility. Nasty Plot to increase your attack by 2. The special attack by 2, or Ampharos increasing your speed by 2. This is very important for Ampharos, especially if you intend to use him as a Mega, which we'll get into just a moment. With Lucario, you use your Nasty Plot, then from there, attack with either Aura Sphere, Flash Cannon, or Dark Pulse, which will allow you to have your stab bonuses as well as some sort of cover. A problem with this is that you may want to use different moves to either give yourself more coverage. But obviously this can be used. With Ampharos, this is a very different story. You can either stick with Ampharos, having him have Static, take a hit, and then from there, hopefully paralyze your opponent, and then go all out with Thunderbolt, Dragon Pulse, and Focus Blast. But if you're going to use Mega Ampharos to get those same type bonuses and that increased special attack to about, it's not 245, but it's increased. You're definitely going to want to pop your Agility first, because due to the fact that Ampharos loses speed in his statistics when he Mega Evolves, you're definitely going to need that extra speed boost, because you're going to get slower and you're not going to be able to use those hits first anyway. And then finally, for our attackers, we have Haxorus and Klinklang. A a very interesting thing. So, Haxorus and Klinklang are somewhat similar in their approach, but Klinklang has a very major difference. Whereas with Haxorus, you take the same kind of thought process as with Lucario. Give him a Life Orb, make sure he has Mold Breaker so you can break through some of those pesky abilities. From there, use Sword Stance, Dual Chop, Earthquake, and Poison Jab. Especially Poison Jab. This will definitely throw some Fairy type users off when you bring him into the field. They'll think you're insane because you're bringing them out, but then you can just use Poison Jab and knock them out. With stats and EVs, make sure you have 16 in HP, 252 in attack, and 240 in speed. That extra speed boost is definitely going to help against some of those pesky Fairy types. Have him with a Jolly Nature, and from there, use the same strategy as you have with Lucario. Boost up at least by one to two stages with the Sword Stance, and then thrash them. Now, Klinklang is a very, very different kind of idea. The idea is that you will give him a Leftovers, give him the ability Clear Body so he will not get any stat reductions, then with the moves Shift Gear, Grind Gear, Return, and Substitute. Then with the stats, have HP at 92, attack at 252, and speed at 164, with the nature Adamant. Now the strategy for this is that you want Shift Gear up first. You want to use Shift Gear. Shift Gear will increase Klinklang's speed by two stages, and his physical attack by 1.5. This is a problem. So what you may want to do is either use Substitute first, then Shift Gear, and then go out with Gear, Grind, and Return. But if you're in a position where you may have a bit of trouble, and you know that you're not going to be able to, that your Substitute is going to do nothing but hinder you, it will be best to go Shift Gear, and then from there, go all out. So that's the team here. And what we're going to do now is we're going to test this team. We're going to put them through their paces, through 30 matches. And from there, we'll find the average amount of times they win compared to the average times they lose. And then from there, we will be able to calculate if this team is actually any good. So here's a compilation of some of the wins and some of the losses that we have gone through. Sableye is going to be our biggest problem, so definitely we're going to chuck the sub straight away. I'm going to chuck the sub. He's going to chuck a Trick Room. Oh, no, he took... No! Hang on. Fuck! That is a problem with Whimsicott. That's a very interesting team. Let's chuck out Whimsicott. And let's Purple Nurple. Right. I'm saying... Let's Leech Seed first, because I got a feeling that's going to definitely be a good first move. Yep. Oh! No way! You missed! How does that miss? We got lucky. How? What? He's missed twice! You're kidding me! Oh my god! That's a win! That is a win! We are writing that down. We have a win from Forfeiture. I'm a fool. Earthquake. Beat this guy to the ground. Beat your Theraphorn. Your Theraphorn is down! Oh! Any protected? Oh, you monster. Oh, you beauty! Mega Evolve, Dragon Pulse, go! Because there's no way he can protect twice. He's not going to protect twice. There's no way. Obviously, he might, but goddamn, come on, man. Yes! Ampharos takes down his first problem, but he dies in the process as well. I'm really hoping I do... I'm versing you again?! Yes! In your face! In your face! In your face! Haxorus, you fucking beast. Ah! Oh! Alright, here we go. Sorry. This son of a bitch, Volta Senpai, gives up on me on the first match we have, then he just comes back. So, that is 4 losses. Oh, yes! Fuck you. Fuck you. Cause you don't know what you're gonna do as I got a Whimsicott, and if I'm lucky you're going to be fucked. No way! Oh god, Leech Seed. Okay, this is good. We got a shot. This is good. This is good. This is good. We can chuck out Leech Seed, get the health. He'll be set up. If we're lucky, we'll probably be able to either Ice Beam. Okay. So now all I need to do is fucking substitute this. Okay. Oh, come on! This guy, this poor bastard cannot catch a break. But this is good for me. This gives me a chance. He's leech seeded and paralyzed now. Leftovers, everything. I am in a good spot. I am in a good position. Aha! Yes! In your face, motherfucker! I'll just stun spore. Because he might switch. Yeah, I knew it! He switched! Oh shit, that missed. Alright, okay, that's fine, because we're full health now. Shut him down with the Leech Seed. Get that ingrained. Now, we substitute. Because as much as Whimsicott has got good defense, doesn't have the best. I don't think mine has the best special defense. No, and Blizzard is a special attack move. So, best thing we can do is keep chucking out our substitutes until we run out of any. But definitely, Whimsicott is doing. Oh no! Yes. All right, let's chuck out another stun spore because we have got one. So we got three Pokemon paralyzed now. Ooh! Translate this into... Go, Singer, your mother. Good Singer, your mother. Are you telling me to go fuck my mother? Well, that took longer than expected. I mean, yeah, you shut. Hang on. So, that took longer than expected. Jesus Christ. It took me 2 days. At least 2 days to do 30 matches. Anyway, I do have a good haircut though, so I'm feeling pretty happy about that. But anyway, so, to round everything off, I had a very interesting time with this team. So, out of the 30 matches I played, 13 wins with the team and 17 losses. I couldn't figure out any mathematical significance to those. I tried means, I tried ratios. I couldn't figure it out. All right, so we're gonna go with the rundown on some of the Pokemon that we use for this team. Whimsicott. This little bugger gets inside your head. And it's fun. It's so much fun. Like, the idea, like, I learned how to use them a lot more effectively throughout this. So instead of kind of going in there and be going, "Oh, Encore!" Don't do that. If you know you're going up against a goddamn rain team or weather team, do that. Unless you're going up against a Politoed who uses goddamn Drizzle as his ability, then don't bloody bother. So, going in with the Paralysis and the Leech Seed, great first couple of moves. Because then you're going to be able to either, if you're lucky, because the majority of the time I didn't deal with this problem, you might miss. And it's infuriating. So you go in with the Paralysis, go in with the Leech Seed, then you go in with the Substitute, and then you just keep doing that over and over again, and they just lose it. In the compilation, there is me doing that to a guy, and then he tells me to go fuck my mother. That's really, that was not cool. Not cool. Alright, next up. Avalugg. I was so surprised with him. He turned into a physical wall. Not just that, an offensive physical wall. He just sat there, He's just like, okay, you're doing this to me, bang. Then he just goes recover, then he goes avalanche, then he goes earthquake, and then everyone dies. And I'm just like, Jesus! He actually got the second most amount of KOs. He killed the second most amount of bloody people. It was ridiculous, and I loved it. It was so good. So he got about 14 KOs. He got a couple of doubles and triple KOs. No, he got more doubles than triples. I was quite surprised by that, because I thought I would just be relying on rapid spin. I only had to do that maybe 2-3 times, but most of the time I just didn't bother, and I just went bang, smashed them up. Next up, Haxorus, the MVP, with a total of 19 kills. He was an effective and consistent powerhouse. The fact that he has such good speed with his attack, and then using Swords Dance, if you feel so inclined, you just smack them in the face and wipe them off. He got I think he got the most triple knockouts, and he was quite consistent with his doubles and single knockouts. He was going nuts. Like, seriously, and the amount of fairies that he went up against and took out was great. Like, seriously, I could see Haxorus as a fairy buster. Granted, you want something that's better against fairies, but the sneak attack with Poison Jab just does wonders. I think if you put in a baton passer, beef up the baton passer, chuck him out, put in Haxorus, boom, just sweep him. Next up, Klinklang with the third amount of KOs. I'm quite surprised with how Klinklang went. I would have thought that, you know, I'd be relying more on using Substitute than anything else. But no, Substitute was practically useless at the moment. So very consistent. He got the most duo kills, knockouts, and he was a very good substitute killer with gear grind. Just use that, take out the substitute, deal some damage. I had to do that against Whimsicott. I think that was the last match. I lost that, of course, but that was very effective, and it just worked so damn well. Next up, Ampharos. Now, I've split up the KOs from Ampharos and Mega Ampharos, and that shows something. Ampharos was the weakest of everyone, with only getting 7 kills. But when you think about it, Whimsicott's the weakest, because Whimsicott did not get a single kill throughout the entire 30 games. But anyway, he was a good quick killer. If you didn't have time, or if you didn't want to risk losing that speed boost from Mega Evolving, and you didn't want to get smashed by someone who could take you out due to your Dragon typing, just crack him out and just go bang, Thunderbolt, bang, Focus Blast, bang, Dragon Pulse, bang, bang. That's it. And with Mega Ampharos, he was slow to start off with, because you would take that first hit from things that were faster than you, and then from there, he was worth it. He got 9 kills in all, and he did do a lot of decent damage. He did take people out. He was effective, but he just wasn't the main. He wasn't the main. He wasn't the guy that you turn to smash people in the face, just because you don't really face that many water types, and the majority of things that you would go up against weren't weak to thunder, and there was a lot of ground flying, fucking Gliscors. I now know the pain of the Gliscor. And finally, Lucario coming in with 10 knockouts. He was a good damage dealer, a good whittler. He would be able to whittle a lot of enemies down, and then when he went out, you could bring in either a Haxorus, Avalugg, whatever. Bring him in, smash them in and just knock him out. It was good at doing that. Unfortunately, he didn't get as many kills as I would have liked him to get, but overall he was very effective. And total KOs, the total knockouts that we achieved with this team was 80 knockouts. So, in my opinion, I believe that this is actually a good team. I believe that this is a good team to start out with. Granted, a lot of people would rather start off with their favourites, but how I see it is this. You can learn a lot about some of the counters and everything with this team. Pranksters, with the Prankster, you learn to understand the Prankster set. You can learn about the weaknesses of the Prankster set, like Magic Bounce, which, oh, you fucking say, Mega Sableye with Magic Bounce. Only had to go against one of them, but, oh, God. Wasn't fun, Mega, that guy. Then with Avalugg, he's a good example of a wall, and you can pretty much tailor him to your specifications. You can have him as just the wall. You can use him as like the rapid spinner set, which turned out to be more offensive than anything. And then using 2 special attackers and 2 physical attackers just allows you to get a grip on matching types and trying to outwit your opponent while using different moves, and like they switch and then you use the correct move and then they lose a Pokemon who they thought they was going to survive. So overall, I will rate this team an 8 out of 10. Why am I doing a rating system? Because it seems like a good idea. Yes, it was able to keep up with its losses, though, you know, 4 losses above kind of says something. But it is effective and it teaches you a lot about the use of mindset and everything else. So, this has been Dragoon Plays Rate My Team. If you guys want to see more, leave comments in the comment section below, leave likes, check out the Facebook page because we'll have all the information there on the Facebook page and in the description below. And not only that, it's not just Pokemon we're going to be dealing with. If you like card games, and I hope you like card games, you might get to see some card games. So anyway, this has been Dragoon for Game Wars. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that other jazz. And I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.